higher up and I'm sober. This is really terrifying. Last time I had 2 beers in me and that was terrifying enough. So I got this cold and it's been kicking my ass. I've had the weirdest dreams, from a naked Hercules to a fat toothless Faramir. What Lord of the Rings and Hercules are doing in my dreams, I have no idea. So I'm sure this happens to everybody. And if not, you have really good bowels. So, have you ever been driving along? You're in the middle of nowhere listening to Lady Gaga. And all of a sudden, your stomach starts to gurgle and you realize pretty soon you're gonna have to shit. You're sitting there and you think, okay, I can make it to where I'm going. As you're driving along, the pressure just builds and builds and builds that you're about to shit your pants. And finally, in the far, you see it. The Arches of Relief. McDonald's is coming up. Thank the Lord, McDonald's is coming up. So, you're in your car, you're behind the slowest person on the road, and you're just trying to hold it in as tight as you can. You finally make it into the parking lot, and you're like, oh shit, should I get out of the car? So you step out, squeezing your legs together, and you start walking like this. And you want to run, but you don't want to look too obvious. So you just squeeze your cheeks together. Finally, you make it to the bathroom. You sit down, and a little bit comes out. Or worse yet, you fart. So unsatisfying. So I went to college for 2 years. Hey, I did. And I thought it was going to be I thought it was going to be different than high school. I didn't realize I was going to be taking a step back to middle school. Because, if you think about it, you start off elementary, and you're just getting to know everybody, you're getting the groove of school, you're having fun. You get to middle school, you're breaking up a little bit, you're breaking into different classes, you're learning a new system. You get to high school, you're in cliques now, you're cool, you're not cool, you're a geek, you're a nerd, you're whatever. And then you graduate, and you get to college, where you aren't quite cool enough to be cool, you aren't quite nerdy enough to be a nerd, you aren't quite this to be that, you aren't quite that to be this. You're in middle school again. And it's like, why am I doing this? I was just here. Well, I went to college for massage therapy. And it was the very first class of the very first massage class, very first day. I was excited. We're going to learn massage stuff. Yay! Well, we were learning, basic strokes, different this, different that, lotions, positions people lie in, stances you stand in. You can stand like this, you can stand like this. We got to question time. My hand goes up. What do you do if a guy gets excited? I'm sitting there with a big virgin on my forehead. Because yes, at this point I was still a virgin. So everyone's staring at me. And my teacher says, ignore it. You're working on someone, there's a telephone pole sticking out of the table, and you want me to ignore it? Okay. Let's rethink this. Okay, telephone pole, virgin, boner makes me turn 10 shades of red just thinking the word. Is this gonna work out? So, we make it to a class where we're actually working on people on the table. And I get partnered with the only guy. We flip him over. And I start to notice he's falling asleep. He's getting a little relaxed, and a little relaxed, and a little relaxed. So what do? I put as much pressure into the leg as I possibly can to get that thing down. Moral of the story, ladies, if it starts to go up, just pressure. I wasn't sure if that was going to be funny or not. Now, I love Harry Potter, don't get me wrong. I'm a huge Harry Potter fan. I see Jeff's face. Where is she going? She's flipping from this bowel movements to college to Harry Potter. What the fuck? Well, I'm a big Harry Potter fan. I was thinking the other day, I'm like, what am I going to talk about? I'm going to talk about old people. I'm going to talk about this. I'm going to talk about that. Let's talk about Harry Potter. Let's talk about Twilight. Let's do pickup lines. I could not decide. So I'm sitting there, I'm thinking about Harry Potter, and I realize, you know what? They just need to get laid, because all they're doing is flying around on wood all the time. I work with old people, and one of the elderly people I work with has a dog. And so I realized, you know, dogs have it great. They're taken care of all the time, they're lazy, they lie around, they love up on you. And have you ever looked at the backside of a dog, especially a male dog, and see how fit they look? I mean, they just look so firm. You put your hand on them, they're nice and firm back there. So I realized, from now on, whenever I go to sit down, I'm going to do the hydrant. Yeah, whatever that word is. You know the thing that sticks up out of the ground that you get lots of water out of? That, fire hydrant. That's the word I was looking for. And if you don't know what that is, you get down on all fours and you lift your leg up like this. I didn't think I was actually going to do that. So I figured from now on, before I sit down on the sofa, I'm going to do that. You know, do it this way, do it that way. And when you go up to the fridge, if you're like me, you go to the fridge a lot because you love that sugar, you stand up and you do it. Thank you.
Caitlyn, everyone.
Yeah.
The face I made was because I realized that you had found the perfect segue between boners and Harry Potter, and that is no segue at all. Just boner story, Harry Potter, boom, we all get it.